Hi, and welcome to Project P. We're deep within our bunker here, and I wanted to show you today a few things about peer-to-peer. As a lot of people have a hard time understanding it, but it's best to just show you the technology working. First of all, let me show you that the computer that we're demoing on here today is a pretty, by today's term, pretty low-powered computer. It's a Atom netbook with 2 gigabytes of RAM, running Windows 7. It's not a powerful machine at all. And that's going to be very important when you realize what we're going to run on this machine in a couple seconds here. So let me get rid of this, and let's start running little bits of prototypes of the code. What this one is doing, this program right now, it's searching for peers. Pretty soon it's going to decide that it can't find any at this point. So there it is. It says, well, I can't find a peer. I might as well starting to share information. So let's open some more. As soon as we bring them in, you see they go from blue to green, meaning that they're finding a server. Well, it's not really a server per se. It is just an initiation state. But as a matter of fact, it's the same program. It's just a matter of somebody has to get the ball rolling. Otherwise, they just argue. Now, so we can load up many of these programs on there, as many as we like. Doesn't matter. They all find their place. Now, as far as timing and things like that, well, all that has to be worked out because they're running on the same computer, so there's no network latency or anything like that. Those are things that can have to be fine-tuned later. But basically, all these programs are talking to each other as peers. As a matter of fact, if you notice, the one that was a server is no longer a server. Now they're all peers. They're all sharing, they're all sending or receiving data. Now we're going to start killing some of these. And as you see, it doesn't really care much. Sooner or later though, it's going to say, hey, we need to reevaluate. So it goes back into its searching for peers mode. Then one becomes a server, and then they're all happy again. And then we can start doing it again. Now this is the bit of code that we're testing as far as the networking part of it, as it's really not the whole program by far. But we have, just to show you some more technology, because that's what these are. These are proof of concept programs, not the final product, not even the beginning of the product, but just enough to give you an idea of what we're talking about as far as programming. If you notice, program itself, this would be for a cell phone, is very graphic oriented. It is all graphic. It is not at all a text-based program. It's also, so it's built more like a video game than a program. It too can become part of the network. But before I do that, let me just show you some more video and music aspects of it. So basically, the program is really just a video game. The core of it is that of a video game. It's not designed as a web page. It's not a web browser. It's more like a video game. Like technology behind it is very similar to a first shooter game. So you can drive graphics from one place to the other on it. And music. Here we have a little more graphic version of the same thing these guys are doing. Now as we cut away some branches here. Oh, I lost. Oh, this one became server down here. See? Yep. Yep, this one wanted to be a server too. We still have to work a few bugs out of the system because this peer-to-peer system, though simple, does require a lot of traffic control. You don't want them, you want them disconnected, but they have to follow the rules, and we still have to build the rules. Going back to the program here. This one. By the way, all these videos, as you see, they're multi-layered. They're not just a video. They're not just a screensaver. They're actually images on top of images on top of images, multi-dimensional, with the Spritz graphics that a video game would have. All the same capabilities. Going back to the network here. It instantly connects to its peers, and it's very happy. So they're peer-to-peering. So obviously we need to do quite a bit more development on this and on the graphics interface, but the basic prototype of the peer-to-peering and of the program, the multi-platform program, we actually do have functioning. Just going to be a matter of writing the rest of the visual interfaces, making it look pretty, and at the same time also making the peer-to-peer and the security, the sharing part of what do you want to share versus not want to share, because the way it'll work is that every one of these clients will have its own set of rules that you determine, and based on these rules will be how they talk to each other. So you may want a very loose client whereby everybody can friend you and everybody knows who you are, and you walk into a place and everybody can be your friend. Or maybe you want to open it up at special occasions, like let's say that you're at in an art gallery. You can set it to open, so everybody within that network gets connected, because there are two types of connections here. There are the connections within a network, so let's say within a Wi-Fi, which is what this is doing right here, and then there's the connection over longer distances. It works basically the same way. The only difference is you can assign different rules as to whether somebody in the same room with you versus somebody that's on the other side of the world. Somebody in the same room with you, you might want to open up and share profiles, and that might be an interesting way to meet people or friend people or exchange information when you meet, kind of like the bump in feature. That's another capability that goes way beyond anything Facebook has. Facebook, you literally have to friend them and email them and approve them, and you do all that. The only difference is you do it on your phone or on your tablet or on your computer while the person's standing next to you, because at this point you're connected, and you can create as much security or as much give them as much privilege as you want, and it goes both ways. So this is what all this sharing has to do. Each client has a number, and it's a secret number until you decide to share it. Anyway, that is it. I hope this helps you understand a little bit better what we're trying to do here with Project P.